Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright, today's content is all about the legislative fight on the state and municipalities level. It's about a law called preemption, and it is proving to be a thorn in the side to the gun grabbers, and they want it gone. And you'll probably start hearing about this pretty soon. Just so you guys know, this is part of our whole picture battlefield on the battlefield of ideas picture here. We're looking at where they're going, we're looking at what they're doing, and we're going to be aware and knowledgeable and have our minds be sharper than our opponents, because we will pass this Second Amendment blessing on to the next generation for them to continue the exact same fight for their rights. We're building on the sacrifices and the progress of our forefathers. Our parents behind us did this. Everyone has done it, and it's come to us. And it is not going to die on our watch, because you and I are going to make this happen. Let's dive into this. Everything is linked in the description box below. So check it out if you want to learn something about preemption, because this is actually pretty intense what they did here. Okay, so you guys know that what they're doing is they look at the gun grabbers, they look at federal, they look at state, and then they look at local municipalities. Okay, federal example would be H.R. 8, 1446, pushing senators, pushing House representative members to pass gun legislation. Okay, that'd be federal. State, they start to sue states for certain things. They try to get in the states and make them do things that are anti-gun because the federal is not working, so they go to state. Next thing they do is they go to state down to local, okay? That's where this area resides, and this is where we're winning this fight, and it's a positive thing, but you guys need to be aware of it, just like I learned about it recently. This is a big thing. So what we're talking about is preemption, okay? Everything, again, is linked in the description box below for you to share with anybody you want. So preemption occurs when, by legislative or regulatory action, a higher level of government, state or federal, eliminates or reduces the authority of a lower level over a given issue. Healthcare, smoking, selling alcohol on Sundays, federal firearms, gun rights, all these different things. A municipality, like a small city in Georgia, can be overruled by the state because the state already has this existing laws, so they nullify the smaller city. So if a smaller city says, we don't want any guns in our city, the state says, oh, that's not possible because we supersede you, get out of here, okay? That's what that is, preemption. Now, here are some examples of the things that, in my opinion, are positive that states across the country have done this. There's like 4 that don't do this, and they're all far lefty on guns. So, Florida's 2011 amendment to its gun preemption law is unique. Not only does it prohibit local governments from regulating guns, it allows punitive measures against local elected officials for even trying. So they can go in jail or they can get sued for even trying to infringe upon the rights of Floridians. By the way, good job, Florida. Arizona's punitive gun preemption law requires the county, city, or town to post a bond equal to the amount of the state shared revenue whenever the state attorney general files suit against the local government for an alleged violation of Arizona's gun preemption laws. Basically, Florida and Arizona, if you go against the gun laws, you're getting either sued or you're getting arrested or removed from office. Very, very hard preemptive laws. And this is what's causing the gun grabbers issues. They can't get around these things because when they try to go into a small little municipality, name one in your local state, and they try to make gun restrictions happen, it conflicts with the state level, so they can't do it. And that's why the gun grabbers are so irritated and they want to get rid of preemption. But they can't because it supersedes into other different areas. Again, healthcare, smoking, or drinking. Alcohol, rather. So, federal and state preemption laws threaten local firearm regulations and can prevent local officials from protecting their communities against gun violence. Now, that is from Giffords.org. They're targeting the preemption laws, and the reason they're targeting them is because the NRA backed them so heavily for 20 or 30 years, getting them into the state levels to protect gun rights on a state level. So, you know, when they're all saying the NRA is dead, the gun lobby's dead, they've never been at their weaker point, they spent 20 years putting these in at state level, and it's causing a huge thorn in their side now because they can't do it federal, they're losing state, and they are getting kicked to the face at the local level, okay? Now, there's a recent win, and this is what actually brought this video to you, like the whole initiative for me to do this. Florida Appeals Court upholds NRA-backed state law barring local gun regulations. In a win for Republican lawmakers in the National Rifle Association, an appeals court Friday upheld a 2011 state law that threatens tough penalties if city and county officials approve gun-related regulations. That's the big thing here, guys. Again, this is preemption. You may hear this again, you may not, but the important point is this is a huge part of the gunfight because They, on the gun grab side, have tried federal, state, and now local. They're getting stuffed at the federal level. They can't do what they want. State level, they're actually going the opposite direction. States' rights on gun control, or on gun rights rather, are going in the positive direction for us, not the negative as overall. And then you've got local levels, which are now not allowed to supersede state level. This is a huge win for us because they can't get a win on any level, so they're forcing themselves to go executive action or through the judicial system. And they're losing the judicial system as well. The main point here is 2 points. I want to give you the knowledge so you guys are aware of what's going on the ground, what's happening in the court system, and how they're actually trying and failing. Also, I want to give you guys hope, because just because our backs are against the wall does not mean the work that we've done over the past 20 years, bringing more people into the gun world, teaching them how to do it, taking them to the range. The people are buying guns at a record pace right now to defend themselves and embrace the Second Amendment just as we have years ago. And that's a huge thing. We're doing amazing work, and pretty soon you're going to start to see a major shift. And I can tell you right now, the gun control advocates are going crazy on this because they can't figure out how to take these guns, and they're having to resort to some very sneaky things, either through the NFA, lawsuits, or different ways that they can try to reclassify things and rewrite laws, but they still can't do it because Congress ain't down for the sickness. You know what I'm saying? But until tomorrow, guys, let me know what you think. I'm Braden. See you then.